You are watching Xirtus.
Machiavellian is Illuminati all through your body. I prophesize this niggas running. Now this niggas running. Check it. Living like the snow tomorrow. I got homies willing to follow me into an early grave. God's in the prodigy to teach game. Sipping yak to spit flames and shit change. Niggas and pounds tear like them bitch.
Pretty cool. It's pretty realistic.
Hey, doctors.
So let the OGs go bum bum bum. Whenever you feel like it,
All right.
remember we out here living it up. Turn around.
Yeah, the future is just like better because it's just music made by dead people. You know, like they do it once, they die, then they can make music forever. It's like Emily Dickinson.
Yeah, and I mean, I heard or read in some comments somewhere that someone wrote, "Oh yeah, actually, this AI voice technology was really refined 20 years ago." But back then they were made sure to very quickly hide it and vanish it. So, you know, from this point of view, how can we know what is real?
The 20 years ago they had RNNs, but I feel like data. I mean, you could it would have been you could have done it, but there wouldn't have been enough access for everyone to figure. Oh, I could use it for this or that. You know, that's the problem. Like, it would have taken a long time to render and to think a thought. So you could have it. You could ask it a question. It's kind of like the answers 42 thing, where it takes like billions of years. Like now we've got random access, and so that makes a big difference. Lots of it.
Yeah, so there's of course infinitely more stuff into this rabbit hole. We don't have to check it all out. The one thing I want to point out, there's one guy by the name of Orlando Brown who seems to be completely off the hook. But if you understand a little bit of what the background is, it seems more, how should I say, understandable as to why he's acting out in that way. And it could even be that he's deliberately playing insane as maybe not to be, you know, followed up, because supposedly, apparently, there was even a quite popular TikToker that put out all these so-called blind items. I forgot what the term even means. It's something about, I even forgot it, but blind items like lead-ups surrounding all of these stories, and apparently doing pretty good research. And then suddenly she died. Yeah, so the whole idea of playing insane may also be a type of a cover. Yeah, again, not to be distracted with gossip, but just as a case study for how these
people
kinds of
acting
backgrounds...
crazy though. Like Kanye West used to say, like, pornography is evil. You know, like it should be destroyed. And now he's like starting a porn company with Stormy Daniels. It kind of feels like,
For real?
yeah. So it's like,
like with Trump's not ex-wife, but whatever. You know, that's a great venture.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like, is he a clone or is he a mind control victim or is it a little bit of both? I don't know. But Kanye West in talks to launch Yeezy porn, so I don't know. He was started out by saying it was, you know, he understood that it was systematic destruction of society. So maybe now he knows, like, all right, well then I'll do it myself. I'll make a weapon out of it. Or I don't know what his deal is, because it just seems like quite a pivot, you know, to the point of being like self-destructive. And like, that's what a lot of people have been saying, like looking at him walk around, like, is he really himself anymore? Which I find interesting.
That's just a perfect segue. So again, just using this as an expose for what can happen in society at large. And here, anyhow, it's just this guy, scary stories, whatever. But you just see supposedly Biden having some issues with his...
This is what kids like talk about at campfires now. I'm like, and then I saw Uncle Joe pull on the back of his mask, and I saw underneath his skin and saw what he really looked like.
Well, the only real question then would be is, if there's different individuals below the mask, are they all equally creepy, you know?
Yeah,
well,
that's right.
That's another level of acting that you would need to perform there. So anyhow, you know, realistic masks, of course, we're up to speed on that. What I would go to now, I just basically now have a random collection of things. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up in terms of current news or something?
I don't know if it's current, but like, just because we talked about Penguins there, I feel like we should bring up Asmongold, because like you mentioned
earlier, yeah, for sure. I even watched some of his stuff like a year ago or whatever.
Some of these, I mean, you know, obviously
I mean, in this game. Have you ever seen this game?
Oh, dude, have you ever
This is ridiculous. I never tried to play it, but somehow I fell into the rabbit hole of not watching him, but somebody else like trying this for the first time.
Oh, it's great
And
watching him suffer.
it's amazing. It's
Watching him
amazing.
suffer is really fun. And then he gets like carpal tunnel. He like walks around the room. He like falls back to the beginning again. It's like it's horrible. It's like he's just so upset. He's just
Yeah. If someone wants to see emotional roller coaster, then watch Let's Plays of this game with someone who's just starting to play it or something like that.
Oh man. And then he's just like, but yeah, like Asmon's like one of those examples of the YouTubers that can pretend to be like kind of normie. Like he's definitely not as dumb as people say. So like earlier we were talking about like dumb YouTubers, and like I feel like Penguin Zero and Asmongold both are clever at like being discreet about things, you know, but they still are every once in a while saying things in the public limelight that because they're in that place, they're very they're picking their battles pretty well, right?
Oh yeah, most likely. And I'm always wondering with these individuals, like, do they actually have actual views and a personality? With Asmongold, at least a little bit that I watched, you could actually tell, oh yes, some views about this and that, and gives like gut responses. It appears, but yeah, otherwise it must be must have pretty high acting skills if you have such a platform and audience. And then how not to offend half of your audience if you have actual views or positions on anything, right? So.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the shows on YouTube though, like they're designed to not bother people, because like people are looking for something that's just like engaging.
Just don't trigger me, please.
Yeah.
I just want to watch World of Warcraft.
Yeah, which is interesting because like that is like probably the most engaging kind of content for people, is something that just like they can veg out to. And it's weird to watch how YouTube does that because they're pushing that to the front all the time. So if you're able to, in a lighthearted situation, also project some truth, that's impressive. It's very Soviet Union. You're like slipping it out a little bit, which is nice. Here's pull up cam.
So just that's the other video we have in terms of masks. This is the current tech we have.
Oh yeah. So what is this? This is just like that movie you're talking about, White Chicks, right? Or
I think you'll see it now, yeah.
Bruh, look what you can do now. I mean, to be fair, that's about as much work as like a lot of girls put into their day anyway. So like, fair enough. I don't know. That's pretty wild. I mean, this is there was this in the 50s, like with was it Mission Impossible, or I forget there's another movie series that existed before that, but the government went and hired the Hollywood prosthetics team that was doing all the masks for the shows because they're like, wow, this stuff is even better than some of the stuff.
For which shows?
I'm trying to remember if it was like Mission Impossible or if it was, I think it was Mission Impossible. It might have been something earlier, like from the 30s or 40s. But they were so into the prosthetic masks that they had, they're like, yeah, we should work with you. And, when you watch Mission Impossible, especially in the 80s, you can see this sort of like it's like this is all based on actual events, right? Every single episode is based on an actual thing. You're like, this is crazy. Like, how is Mission Impossible real? These groups of people are saying, we're going to have this person walk out of the bus stop and we're going to have a giant fake room around there. And then we're going to have him get into the wrong bus and we're going to take him to a fake place. And we're going to have voice changers and we're going to pretend to be the place he's trying to go. And it's like, what? Like, why would you go? That's like the craziest amount of gaslighting. But it's fun for them because agents are actors. So they're thinking to themselves, dude, it's going to be so great. He's going to think I'm an old man. I'm going to be able to do my old man impression. And I'm going to spend 4 hours. I'm going to get up at 3 in the morning. And I'm going to just like, the makeup guy is going to be doing all the stuff. And I'm going to get to do the old man. And like, one of the dudes is going to play a woman. And like, we're going to have fun. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's what the CIA likes to do, And like, every episode is that. Like, didn't you believe it? You believed it. I believed it the whole time.
Nice. Yeah. Well, it's all. I guess maybe it all goes back to the Oddfellow Society. People just want to cosplay, you know. So no, please, nobody hate on the furries or whatever.